As we enter Obon season again, I would like to offer some reflections on the last year spent in global pandemic and experiencing shared loss. As we record this video right now, it is mid-July 2021. We've been dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic for at least 16 months. In the US, we have now readily available vaccinations. However, we also have the Delta variant that is present in all 50 states, meaning that we now have fresh COVID diagnoses on the rise. As a community in Southern California, we're starting to reopen and starting to attempt to define what our normal is becoming. However, many of us, myself included, are feeling a sense of discomfort or unease. It is difficult, and we have difficulty putting into words precisely what it is that we are feeling. So, I would like to make space for and attempt to honor the difficult experience of the last year and our shared losses as we enter this Obon season again. Let me begin with some cold statistics and then try to offer some personal reflections. Since the CDC and WHO began tracking COVID-related deaths a little over a year ago, we've had an almost unfathomable loss of human life. In San Diego County, 3,784 deaths. In California, 63,376 deaths. In the United States, 604,596 deaths. And globally, 4,010,834 deaths. It is difficult to truly compare the scale of that loss of life with other major historical events. However, at least attempting to do so helps us develop a bigger picture. From my research, thanks to Google, American deaths in World War I and World War II combined totaled approximately 535,500 deaths. So less than we've just experienced with COVID-19. So think about that. In the span of 16 to 17 months, we've experienced a greater loss of life than the two most horrific wars in modern history. It boggles the mind. And the vast majority of that loss of life has occurred domestically around us as we continue to live our lives. But this experience and this loss was not just confined to the United States. It was truly global, and it was truly universal. Buddhism underlines the universal truths of impermanence, interconnectedness, and interdependence. If we are willing to reflect thoughtfully, COVID-19 also teaches us these truths in a very deliberate, albeit difficult manner. In terms of impermanence, great losses of human life. An entire way of life has been lost. The perception of relative safety, even when vaccinated, has been lost. In terms of interconnectedness and interdependence, the virus was seen to transmit back and forth between humans and animals. Technology, from Zoom to social media to things like GoFundMe or Venmo, has been used around the world to connect people while they are in their homes. This allows people to work from their homes, to cope with extended isolation, or to share monies so that other loved ones might be able to eat. Many community members now face the very real financial ruin because businesses were not allowed to open and function normally, so community members could not patronize those businesses. And food and housing insecurity became a prominent reality, causing both organizations and individuals to react, to step up, to try to assist wherever possible. And last but not least, contact tracing has become part of our cultural lexicon. bringing to the forefront the magnitude of the ripple effect of one person or one action. But the fundamental truth of impermanence also makes room for hope. Even this difficult pandemic is not itself impermanent. So I hope that you will join me in a moment of silence and reflection and deep gratitude as we think about the loss that we've all experienced over this last year. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Circle, dance. Wani odoru. For this, you plan, you lose.
Okay.
For this, you plan, you lose. Don't plan, just dance. Practice, forget.
Hi, everyone. My name is Judy Nakatomi. I'm a ministerial assistant here at Vista Buddhist Temple. Welcome. I'd like to just share a few moments of what Obon means to me. It's a little bit different this year since we have been living with and through this pandemic. And I just wanted to share a few things. One of the things that comes up for me centrally is that I'm just really much more aware of this precious life that we have and this opportunity that we have to come together. It's been under unusual circumstances. We've had to meet and create and recreate our community in different ways. And it's really reminded me of my connection with my ancestors, my connection with my teachers and mentors who have transitioned over the years, not just this year. And so I'm really filled with a lot of gratitude. I also like to call in my grandparents and my parents. My mother just transitioned earlier this year in January. She was 96 years old. So I'll be dancing for her in the circle, and also in recognition of those in my family who were incarcerated during World War II. That's something that I hold inside of me. I'm a descendant of those incarcerated people. And then finally, I guess what I'd like to say is that we are a community and we rely on each other. We call our community a Sangha, and I'm really looking forward to this opportunity of coming together and being together as a community once again. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Hello, my name is Roz Dong, and I'm a ministerial assistant at Vista Buddhist Temple. Today I'd like to share with you some of my thoughts about Obon. I love Obon because Obon reminds me of my connection with two sets of ancestors. My first set of ancestors are familiar, or my blood ancestors, and they are enslaved people who were brought here against their will and struggled to survive under oppression and racism. I realize that I owe a debt of gratitude to these ancestors because of their faith, their courage, and their perseverance. That's why I'm here today. My second set of ancestors are my spiritual Buddhist ancestors, and these are the ancestors that led me to the Buddhist path. Especially, I want to bow in gratitude to the Shin Buddhists, the Japanese-American Shin Buddhists, who have brought me to the Nembutsu way. So this Obon, as I dance joyously, I will reflect these two sets of ancestors. My ancestors, where I'm a descendant of slavery and my spiritual Buddhist ancestors, Japanese Shin Buddhists, as well as all Buddhists. Join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namandas, Namanda. Nam.
Hi, my name is Sterling Davenport, and I am an MA at Vista Buddhist Temple. Obon for me means Sangha, it means community. It's an opportunity to get everyone together, to see people that haven't been at temple before, haven't been at temple for a long time, and to reach out to the community, to create a sacred space in light of everything else around us. Obon is a way to make a community out of people who aren't your community, to make a family out of people who aren't part of your family, and a great way to see family. One of my best memories about Obon was being able to see family and loved ones who don't normally leave their homes, who don't come out in public, who might be too old or unable to visit temple on a regular basis or to visit the rest of their family. So their loved ones help bring them to Obon and help them share this experience of what it's like to be in a community, to be part of a Sangha, and to be present with the ones that they love and care about. To Obon, for me, it means having community and being part of a community, and sharing that space with all of the people around you, the people that are part of you, and the people who help make you. And for me, Obon is Sangha, and having the space and sharing what it's like to be in a community. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Hello, my name is Julie Robertson, Ministerial Assistant at Vista Buddhist Temple. I would like to take a moment to offer a few thoughts on what Obon means to me personally. For me, Obon is not only a time to reflect on blood relatives who have passed on, it is also an opportunity to reflect on the contributions and the ways that I have benefited from spiritual and other ancestors. There is a long line of people who have lived and contributed to the life that I am living today. Without them, I would not be where I am today. So when I think of Obon, I try to remember that in the context of the present moment. My favorite Obon memory is actually within the dance circle, encountering coworkers who I would never have expected to see, both of us wearing yukata with surprised expressions in the moment, and realizing in that moment we're not just co-workers, we have the chance to redefine ourselves as family. So Obon is also the opportunity to redefine and think of the oneness of a larger family. And that is what it means to me. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Nyorai dai no ondoku wa miyoko ni shite mo hozubeshi Shishu Chishiki no Ondoku mo Hone 札来てもしゃすべし